What a babe. Here we are. We're back on the main channel. One day we'll have 2 channels, don't worry about that. So the plan is, what's the point of this video? What is the point? Beer's looking nice, son. Grenade. Majestic. Anyway, what's the point of this video? The point is, that wasn't planned. That was, right, I've got mics. This is the new Action 5 camera. I've got this, which doesn't work. It has a problem with the weight of this camera. But what we're gonna do is do a player build series. Players, the road to players. We did it a few years ago. And I did make it to players that year, but the car weren't running. So, what have we got to do? Why are we doing it? What's the point? The point is, I've got to do quite a bit. And I want to do weekly updates of players, what's going on, as we get closer. Now, I want the car buttoned up in like 3 weeks. Bullshit. And I want the Focus to go to storage, sitting ready. All I need to do is pull it out, clean it properly, and drive it to players. So in that time, I need to do all the changes I need to do, all the updates, all the tweaks or whatever. Test drive it a few times. I'm going to try and like plan to drive it to the gym on Fridays and bits and pieces, just to get some seat time really and to figure out, you know, basically what rattles off it and what doesn't. And then park it up, ready, so it's just sitting ready and waiting. So I don't have this year players show stress, yeah, right. Which I'm going to get because I'm going to decide to do something last minute and it's going to stress me out. But for right now, we've got a list. This is a list which I'll show you through. And I've done none of it except for this one. So I'm going to stop saying so as well because it's really irritating me. But I've put a TV in here. Welcome to the madhouse. I saw that sign in like the Range or something. It was half price. I just couldn't leave it there. So I've done a little, I need to paint this, update paint here, paint this bit here, put a TV on. That TV is a 55 LG in some sale. Oh look, the frame rate's going a bit funny. Hope that's not on the camera. The frame rate, same as the iPhone. So hopefully not. This is the new camera. So this should be good. This should be better quality. I'm using a gimbal and I'm using a microphone, so we should be fucking ready for action. Come on. Anyway, I want to be out here more. I've took over the gym area, so I started cleaning that up. That's a bit tidier now. That's all going to get over to the side. That's going to be bits and pieces. This is my Buffalo board. So I've done the underside of it. I used the old Sexy Mexis's router, which scares the living shit out of me, but I've done a nice edge on that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score a line around that and then use this stuff, the old Gorilla Glue, waterproof coat and seal, and it kind of dries. If I show you here, it kind of dries a little bit rubbery, so I think that's going to be perfect for this edge. So what I've done was I've done a 6mm filleted edge there. Is it a filleted edge? Radius edge, basically, 6mm radius edge there, and a 3mm on the back. So I didn't want to hit the bottom of the splitter and splinter it. I've ordered some titanium sliders, so I've got to put 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 there. 25 quid a piece, but cheaper than buying the tie and trying to pretend to machine it. And then, what we do in here. So, one of the biggest, I said so again, I'm sorry, I've got to just get over it. One of the biggest jobs on this is the splitter front end. So, I did it. No! No! Felt that the splitter was extremely vulnerable. I could probably put a little time lapse in me making a splitter anyway. Might do, might not. The carbon splitter on the bumper is extremely vulnerable, and I built a little metal frame, which I'll show you, out of 10mm tube and some bits and pieces. And then on Thursday night we added to it to make it a bit stronger, a bit more triangulated, so it's just a bit stiffer. But in essence it was the same as what I did, so it's pretty cool. So it's picking up the points I can use on the front end of the car. So I've got time attack on that, like proper Japanese time attack. Them boys are nuts. So what I've done is, back to the splitter. The splitter became a thing with the front bumper. With all the canards and stuff, and this splitter, if you see here, it became quite the air brake. So, I think I said so again, didn't I? Shit. Basically, before Roll Hard last year, built this metal frame, and it flexes because that's just 10mm pipe. But what I wanted to do was sit the bumper on something really, really rigid. So, I did it again. It's really hard when you're trying not to say a word, you say a word loads of times. So, let's get out of my system. With all this together, what I wanted to do is I wanted the front bumper to be its own package. So we've got the splitter mounted to the bumper, the canard plates, which I'm putting Nylox inside. And then I want the bumper, if you know a Focus, the bumper basically slots on like this. It's got these fingers and they slot in. And basically what I wanted to do was slot in the bumper into those fingers, lift it up to mount to the carbon wings. So we've got these funny little plates with threads on them that they drop in. They've got M6 bolts underneath here, and they come through at the back. So you put the bumper in like this, you tip it up, it clicks in, it bolts up there, and it sits on this frame. Now this frame basically gave me a little bit of like underside support, but the front edge of this is like 1 or 2 mil thick. It's very, very thick. It's very, very thin. So what I wanted to do was basically make sure that that edge, because the frame supports the underside, give you a little bit of protection. But if I hit that lip on anything, I can't really show you right now, one-handed, it's very, very thin. If I hit it, it would just, between this lip and the underside of this sandwich plate is the thickness of that rod. It's about 10 mil, 8 mil. So if I hit it, it would take the front edge off of that splitter. It would look horrific, which is why I got a spare one. So I thought, I'm gonna crash that into something at some point. There's gonna be something that's gonna happen. So I wanted to basically build something where the bumper can just sit on there and be supported. So I haven't got to worry about the weight of the bumper, the downforce of the front bumper, because it's got, you know, it's going to be grabbing a lot of air. But then I wanted something that goes underneath the bumper to sandwich this and the underside of the front splitter and then support myself back. So what I wanted was something that would fully protect the whole front splitter, stick out an inch or two, you know, just to be aggressive. Like on a Cosy front bumper when you have the extended lower lip, that kind of situation. But I wanted to do it out of buffalo board, so it's kind of consumable. I can use a template off of the one I've just created. So I spent a long time making this first one, and then I can template it. And I wanted that to then basically bolt underneath and bolt up and be really, really rigid. So what I've done is on this metal frame here, you'll see I've triangulated it to lots of different points. So it mounts, not only does it mount to the crossbar, these are all M6, so this is, I think this is 10 mil OD, 8 mil ID, and I'm using M6 bolts in it. That's got a riv nut in the crash bar, it's got a riv nut in the radiator support, and it's also got an M8, I don't know if you can see, it's an M8 under here that goes to my remote oil filter bracket, which is then all made out of 3 mil steel, so it's really rigid. And on the other side, it's basically a mirror, so it comes here to the underside of the rad bracket there, and then I've done this little situation here. I've done like an offset, triangulated it to near the screamer, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't stand on that. That's not actually tight, to be fair, that's not tight at all, but it is strong enough probably to hold, I'm not going to stand on it, I'm 110 kilos. I reckon you could put 60 kilos on it, 70 kilos, you'd be absolutely fine. But now with the sandwich underneath, I've then put, you see them M8 riv nuts here? Oh, it's hard to see, here. I've put these M8 riv nuts, my little control panel there. So what that does is that does drop links to the buffalo board, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 support points for the buffalo board, which are all adjustable. So what I can do is get the bumper on, get it aligned, get it panel gapped perfect, get the buffalo board, get it on and tweak it until it's perfect. So what I've done in the buffalo board is I've allowed for space for the air to come up, because I was going to use the carbon under tray, but it's just, I've got too much pipe work and things going on, and it's going to require a lot of framework and a lot of messing about to get it sort of how I want it. So I've gone with buffalo board only, which is what it is. It's consumable. Again, if I want to scuff it on things, I'm going to, and I can literally order buffalo board, template it out and make another one in a couple of hours. So it's not the end of the world. I did think about making this whole thing totally totaled, has got a decent YouTube and Instagram, and he makes some cool stuff. He's based in the States somewhere for his SVT, it's Focus ST170 base, I think. He does really, really cool little engineering jobs, and he's done a front bumper splitter thing. It's got 2 pull cords, boom, and the whole thing drops off. But because here, you see my chassis legs are completely occupied with boost pipes and all that bits and pieces. And on this side, it's boost pipes and oil. This side is like all control stuff. You know, I've split it that way for a reason. I just can't do it. And then I started thinking, do I really need it quick release? I don't need it quick release. I can access, I've made the buffalo board template access, so I can do oil changes, nothing is restricted, so should be fine. Anyway, so that is my biggest task, getting that all back together. I've got to take this off again now it's all buttoned up where I want it. It's not tight, but I'm going to spray this all up. This is all just mild steel, so I'm just going to grind it back, make sure it's all clean, and then I'm going to treat all that today, get it bolted back on, and then I can put the front bumper on once I've changed all these to Nylox, because that one coming loose. And then once that's all back on, the buffalo board's on. Well, actually, before the buffalo board's on, I need to test the power steering system. So I've put a Volvo XC, I think it's XC. I watched some Drifter Guy video, and he was just like, the XC80 power steering electric pump. I didn't want to put an electric rack in it because that was all getting complex, so I'm going to put an electric rack in the KA. But what I'm going to do is, for the power steering in this, not what I'm going to do, what I've done, so I've converted the rack, I've run Teflon lines, so the supply and the return, so I think it's like 2000 PSI operating pressure for the rack. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is something ridiculous. So what I've done is I've powered it all through the PDM. I think I've showed you before, but whatever, this is one of my before players, because driving this without power steering is absolutely horrific. Just turning it around in car parks and on the street and on the track is absolutely awful. Pussy. What have we got? This here, it's got red on it because it's got no fluid in it. I've got my supply and my return. You probably can't see because the light is terrible in here. So this is all powered up, all comes through. It's got a 70 amp MIDI whatever fuse in it, and it's also controlled via an input from the PDM. Now I've heard that they want to be pulse width, so you can give it like a percentage of power steering assist. That's quite hard to say fast. But I don't know. So what I need to do is put fluid in it. So the float in it says it's got fluid in it. And then basically, because obviously it's got a built-in reservoir, so it's quite a nice little contained unit. It was peanuts as well. I've tested it, it does work. And then I need to basically just, once I've done all that, before I put the buffalo board on, go, right, I want to do this, press the go button, and just hope it doesn't piss fluid all over the floor. Now I've run the cables underneath the car, I've done it on Instagram, I've showed you guys, it's got little pedestals, it's beautiful, it's nicely done. But I've never ever put pressurised fluid to the rack, and the rack fittings I've got are, I think, Mark Kinsey ones, and the fittings are made good, but I think the rack is a bit sloppy. So I have a feeling I'm going to turn it and it's just going to go out the side. So I'm sort of dreading doing that actually, because it might be a case of I then have to sit on the lathe and make up some fittings. It's up underneath the car. I could show you, but it's all busy under there. but it's another job. So the plan is get this front bumper sorted to the point where the buffalo board can go under, do the power steering, bosh, we're away. We'll be going to players. But at the moment, she's in a bit of a sorry state, and it's not that great, is it? This is another little side project I've been working on. That is the standard one out of focus. That was my test print. That's literally a scan to print, and then this is a scan mesh modified for the AIM can panel. So I've put all the wiring in the car, but I can't do anything with the power to the windows. A, because I can't get the door cards off in the garage, so I need it outside. And B, I can't edit CAN protocols on the AIM system. You have to have that done by AIM. So you have to book a call with a guy called Frank, tell him what you want to do, and then basically I get that. I've built the CAN bus that goes around the car, comes right over there, so I can just plug it in, feed it out the door and plug it in. But you can't do that yourself, so you have to get AIM to do it for you, which is fine because you just book a call with this Frank guy and he sort of helps you out, and then he sends you the file. It's cool, but I can't do it myself. So it's something I've set up. I've got the power all run, got the cables all run. Sorry, the wires all run, not cables. It's you know, whatever. And then I just need to get them. I need to be outside, take the door cards off, which I need to do anyway to refet them a little bit and stick the pockets on. Run the cables out and do it anyway. So that's another little thing. So because I can't be, you know, players is in June. I cannot be driving this car with no windows because everything gets hot. That's why I've put the scoops in, because everything gets so hot. So anyway, this is my little update. Hope you're okay. Thanks everyone who subscribes and watches and comments. I really appreciate it, and reaches out and does all the bits and pieces, because it is awesome. And you know, we're trying to build a little community here. We're trying to build a little fun community, and very soon we're going to have some actual content of us kicking the shit out of the car and doing some supercar kills. That'll be fun, won't it? Also, I want a set of AR1s. I want to kill these and then put AR1s on it, because I think they're sexy. Peace. Anyway, love you all. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week for another update of how far I have or haven't got. But either way, the road to players has started, and I'm going to do these weekly little chit chat updates.